Think about every dollar that has passed through your hands, from your first job, gifts or payments. Now imagine tallying up all that money over your lifetime. The big question is, how much of that money do you still have? Here's a scenario. You made $100,000 last year and you're 35 now. Recall your first paycheck at 18, perhaps it was 400. Add up all the money you've earned since then. It might total 800,000 or more. But how much of that sum is still with you? Most of us don't think about it, but it's worth considering. The answer might surprise you. Each year, we spend a lot on necessities like food, housing, and transportation. Over a lifetime, these costs add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Of course, you have to spend a good amount of the money you earn just to live. But here's the key question. Are you satisfied with the amount of money you have left after all that spending? If not, it might be because you haven't mastered the rules of handling money effectively. In this video, I'm excited to share with you 21 essential money principles that can transform your financial life. Ever wonder why some people effortlessly accumulate wealth while others struggle? Understanding and mastering these money rules can make all the difference. So if you are ready to transform your financial life, please go to the comments and type FIRE. This will open your mind and abundance will start flowing into your life. Just type FIRE. And when I see your comment, I will give you a reply. Now, pay close attention because here we go through each rule to help you achieve financial success. Rule number 1, money is a game. Imagine money as a thrilling game. The more you play, the sharper your skills become. Just like any game, you might start as a novice, but with practice, you can master it. Money has its own set of rules, much like any game. Think of chess, where you can only move one piece at a time. Try moving 2 pieces at once, and you'll face penalties. Similarly, a fundamental money rule is to save before you spend or invest. The exciting part about the money game is that anyone can learn to play it well. Once you grasp the basics, you can develop your own winning strategy. So, even if managing money isn't your strong suit right now, with practice and a solid understanding of the rules, you can enhance your financial situation over time. Rule number 2, the more you learn, the more you earn. In today's cutthroat world, honing skills that truly enrich your life is paramount. But in a job market where competition is fierce, is simply acquiring knowledge enough? Not quite. It's about learning things that can tangibly benefit you. How do you go about it? Well, here's the good news. There's a wealth of ways to gain valuable skills without burning a hole in your pocket. Ever explored the vast sea of free online courses? From basic computer science to advanced topics like web design or finance, the internet has it all. And let's not forget the treasure trove of wisdom found in books like The Richest Man in Babylon or Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, just waiting for you online. But here's the kicker. Every single life experience is a chance to learn and grow. So, the more you expand your knowledge and skills, the more equipped you become to not just thrive financially, but also to make meaningful contributions. Isn't that fascinating? Rule number 3, money will not solve your insecurities. Here's a tough reality. Money won't mend your insecurities. You might think splurging on luxuries like a fancy car or a mansion will boost your confidence, but deep down, you know it won't. Why? Because money can't purchase self-worth or joy. Have you ever caught yourself comparing your life to others and feeling inadequate? If so, you know no amount of cash can erase those feelings. So what's the real solution? It's facing your insecurities head-on. Embracing yourself, flaws and all, and cultivating self-love is the key. Otherwise, you'll endlessly chase possessions, hoping they'll fill the void. Spoiler alert, they won't. Instead of relying on material wealth for happiness, focus on nurturing your self-esteem and finding happiness in the simple pleasures. Do you agree that self-esteem and happiness can't be bought with money? Make it your goal to compare yourself with the person you were yesterday only. Always strive to become better than you were the day before, and you will be much happier. Rule number 4, invest time before investing money. Ever thought that having money is the key to making more of it? Well, here's a twist. Time can be an even more valuable asset. Let's dive in. Imagine investing your time in learning about personal finances, investments, and budgeting. That investment of time, it's like planting seeds that grow into big financial gains. How? By empowering you to make smarter money moves and avoid costly blunders. And get this, even finance buffs benefit from dedicating time to explore new investment opportunities. Sure, there are times when it's smarter to invest money, like hiring pros for tricky tasks or seizing time-sensitive opportunities. But as a rule of thumb, investing time in learning pays off big time. So, before diving into unknown ventures, why not prioritize learning and understanding? It's the savvy way to protect your financial future. Rule number 5, money is a game of life. Ever thought of money as a game of life? Picture this. No matter how much you save or how cleverly you invest, there's always more to win and more to risk. It's like a never-ending marathon with shifting finish lines. Even if you streamline tasks or lighten your workload, the game keeps rolling on. Just look at the wealthiest folks. They're still in the game, even when they could retire on a private island. But guess what? Money doesn't have to be a headache. With the right mindset, it can be downright thrilling. Instead of viewing money as a foe, see it as a puzzle to solve. Embrace it with positivity, and you might discover that managing your finances adds zest to life's journey. What's your take? Do you see money as a game too? Rule number 6, true wealth is quiet. Don't let anyone know you have money. In a world where money often defines social standing, it's common for folks to flaunt their earnings. But here's a lesson I've learned. Keeping your wealth under wraps is key. Why? Well, if others know you're loaded, they might constantly hit you up for favors or loans, and you could end up surrounded by users. Sure, boasting about your bank balance might feel great initially, but it can lead to headaches down the road. It's not just about flashy possessions. Showing off your wealth can breed feelings of inadequacy, envy, or resentment in others, straining relationships and hindering genuine connections. So, instead of broadcasting your riches, it's wiser to stay grounded and appreciate what you have without making a spectacle of it. That way, you can nurture healthier relationships and sidestep the pitfalls of flaunting your wealth. Rule number 7, the power of wealth amidst crises. Think back to the tough times of the 2008 Great Recession. It's etched in the memory of many, a period of job losses, home foreclosures, and vanishing life savings. Yet amid the chaos, there were those who saw beyond the gloom. Surprising as it may seem, economic crises often breed unique chances for wealth creation. Picture this. During market crashes, when panic selling is rampant, shrewd investors swoop in to snag valuable assets at bargain basement prices. Sounds counterintuitive, right? But it's true. Some of the greatest fortunes have been forged in the furnace of financial downturns. By scooping up stocks or properties when they're dirt cheap, these investors set themselves up for hefty gains when the market bounces back. Let's not forget about the recent pandemic. More millionaires were made during the COVID lockdown than any other time in history. So while crises bring hardship for many, they also unfurl opportunities for those savvy enough to seize them. Rule number 8, master your money, master yourself. Sure, personal finance seems like a numbers game. Interest rates, investments, budgets. But here's the kicker. The real magic lies in mastering yourself. Picture this. You're in the midst of a market crash. Panic sets in. Do you sell everything or stay the course? And what about those times when greed whispers in your ear, tempting you to jump on the bandwagon? It's a roller coaster of emotions, isn't it? As they say, it's our emotions that often trip us up. So, it's not just about growing your wealth, it's about reining in what you already have. And it all starts with mastering yourself. By keeping a cool head and making rational choices, you pave the way for financial success. How do you handle your emotions when it comes to money matters? Rule number 9, saving starts small. Ever heard of Chris Reining? He cracked the millionaire code and retired at a cool 37, all thanks to his savvy saving habits. His secret sauce? Starting small. Forget drastic overhauls. Reining's all about nipping those tiny expenses in the bud, like that daily $5 caffeine fix. Why? Because big changes can overwhelm, leading many to throw in the towel on their savings dreams. But by snipping away at those little costs, you save not just money, but time too. And here's the kicker. Once you've mastered the art of trimming those small expenses, bigger changes won't seem so scary. So, why not kickstart your savings journey one tiny snip at a time? Think about how you tackle your daily expenses. A guy once told me, if you're not making money every day, you can't spend money every day. I felt that. Rule number 10, aging wallets, growing expenses. Ever feel like your expenses just keep climbing? Blame it on time's relentless march. As the years roll by, costs creep up, thanks to inflation or simply because our tastes get fancier. We all crave a bit of luxury, right? So we hustle harder to snag those finer things and elevate our standard of living. But here's the kicker. Have you noticed your wallet getting thinner each year? It's not just inflation at play. Our desires bloom as we age. We spy our peers flaunting flashy stuff and suddenly we want in too. So we slog away, chasing after more cash to fuel those aspirations. But here's the rub. If your expenses sprint ahead while your income lags behind, breaking free from this cycle becomes a Herculean task. That's why it's vital to keep tabs on your spending habits and safeguard your financial stability. Rule number 13, wealth grows with time. Picture this, wealth isn't an overnight miracle. It's a slow-cooked stew, simmering with time and patience. Just like a tree takes years to stretch its branches, building wealth demands persistence and dedication. Take Warren Buffett, the investment maestro. He dipped his toes into the investing pool at a tender age, just 11. Can you believe it? His first shares cost a mere $38 each. Fast forward, and his fortune now swells to over $108.2 billion. Now let's play a game of what if. What if you tossed in a mere 100 when Buffett was a kid? With the magic of compounding, you'd likely be sitting on a tidy sum today. Maybe even a cool million, especially if you kept reinvesting those dividends. So here's the golden ticket. Kickstart your investment journey pronto and let compounding do its dance. The secret sauce? Patience and consistency. Watch as your wealth sprouts and blooms over time. Rule number 14, keep your money moving. Picture your money as a lively little creature. It needs exercise to stay fit. Leave it lounging around, and it loses its spark over time. Here's the scoop. Stash $1,000 in your savings account and forget about it for a decade. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. While that grand still sits pretty, its purchasing power dwindles. Why? Inflation, soaring property rates, and the ever-rising cost of living chip away at its value. Now flip the script. Invest that same $1,000, say in kickstarting a small venture. Fast forward a decade, and voila, you could be sitting on a tidy sum. The moral of the story: don't let your money laze around, twiddling its thumbs. Divide and conquer, set aside a slice for rainy days, and put the rest to work. Watch as it grows and flexes its muscles. Rule number 15, eyes on your own wallet. Ever felt a pang of envy when your buddy flaunts a slick new ride while you're stuck with your trusty old wheels? Here's a golden nugget of financial wisdom. Steer clear of comparisonitis. Yup, comparing your finances to others can spell trouble. It might nudge you towards rash choices or fixate your gaze on things beyond your means. Just because someone else splurges doesn't mean you should follow suit. Instead of playing the comparison game, zoom in on your own financial turf. What'll truly propel you towards your goals? Maybe a car upgrade isn't in the cards right now, and that's a-okay. Remember, everyone's money journey is as unique as a fingerprint. What counts? Making choices that sync with your priorities and values. Rule number 16, the neutrality of money. Ever heard the saying, money is the root of all evil? But here's the kicker. Money's neither angel nor demon. It's more like a chameleon, taking on the color of its user. See, money's just a tool, a means to an end. It's the wielder who decides its fate. Kind souls turn it into a force for good, spreading generosity like wildfire. But for the selfish and greedy, it becomes a weapon of mass accumulation, leaving others in their wake. Here's the real scoop. Money doesn't transform you, it magnifies you. It's like adding fuel to your personality fire. If you're kind-hearted, it lets you spread even more warmth. But if you're the grab-and-go type, it fuels your greed. So, next time you're tempted to demonize money, remember it's not the culprit. It's about the choices we make. Let's pledge to use our wealth for the betterment of all. Rule number 17, the money magnet. Money flows towards those who know how to handle it. Picture this, money has a mind of its own. It gravitates towards those who know how to tame it. There's a timeless truth in the saying, if you want money, create something worth paying for. Here's the juicy bit. Money loves to dance into the hands of creators, innovators, and problem solvers. Take, for instance, crafting a nifty app that streamlines folks' lives, saving both time and cash. Picture the scene. Users flock to your creation, singing its praises as it lightens their load. And when they realize the dollars stacking up in their pockets thanks to your genius invention, they're more than happy to fork over their hard-earned cash. So, if you're on the hunt for wealth, channel your energy into crafting something truly valuable. Something that solves a problem, eases a pain point, or simply brings joy. Trust me, money's a sucker for that kind of magic. Rule number 18, you are your best bee. The best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Picture this. Every dollar, every hour poured into your growth is a seed planted in the garden of your future. So how do you nurture this powerhouse asset? Think education, workshops, personal growth, the whole shebang. Channel your resources into sharpening your skills and expanding your knowledge. Picture yourself diving into courses or workshops tailored to your field, or maybe branching out into new territories that align with your career dreams. Why bother? Because investing in your growth paves the path to better gigs, fatter paychecks, and a whole lot more job satisfaction. After all, you're the ultimate moneymaker, so why hold back? Splash out on yourself, unlock your full potential, and watch the dividends roll in. Rule number 19, the power of income diversity. Here's a truth bomb. Putting all your financial eggs in one basket is like playing with fire. Diversify your income streams like a pro to safeguard your financial fortress. Picture this. Relying solely on a single paycheck is a risky game. But fear not. There's a wealth of avenues to explore, each offering a lifeline in times of turbulence. First up, let's talk passive income. Your ticket to earning while you sleep. Think rental properties, dividend stocks, or even nurturing an online biz. And if that's not enough, dip your toes into the world of freelancing or part-time gigs. Leverage your skills and expertise to rake in extra cash on the side. Here's the magic. With multiple income streams, you're not just pocketing more dough, you're also building a financial fortress impervious to economic storms and surprise setbacks. Rule number 20. The art of patience pays off. In a world where instant gratification reigns supreme, mastering the art of delayed gratification can be your secret weapon in the quest for wealth. Picture this. Instead of falling prey to impulse buys or fleeting pleasures, harness the power of patience to pave your path to financial success. Here's the scoop. Earmark a chunk of your earnings for savings and investments before splurging on non-essentials. It's all about prioritizing long-term gains over fleeting joys. By honing your ability to delay gratification, you lay the groundwork for steady wealth accumulation and bolster your financial fortress for the long haul. But here's the kicker. Patience and discipline are your trusty allies on this journey. Embrace delayed gratification and watch as your financial dreams transform into reality. Rule number 21, unleash the magic of compounding. Get ready to unlock the financial secret weapon, compounding. It's like planting seeds of wealth that grow into mighty money trees over time. But here's the kicker. The earlier you start, the bigger your harvest. Here's the lowdown. Instead of pocketing your earnings, reinvest them like a savvy money maestro. Watch as your investments earn returns, which then generate even more returns. It's a snowball effect that can turn pennies into mountains of gold. But here's where the real magic happens. Consistency is key. Make it a habit to funnel cash into your investment accounts regularly. Even modest contributions can snowball into a hefty nest egg down the line. Here's a pro tip. Leverage investment vehicles like retirement accounts and index funds to supercharge your compounding game. And don't sleep on compound interest-bearing accounts. They're like turbo boosters for your wealth journey. When you follow these rules, you cannot lose. I truly want the best for you, and I wish you all the success in the world. But you are probably thinking, this is all good information when you already have some money. You need to learn the secrets to building wealth from nothing, starting from zero. Well, that's where this next video comes in. Go ahead and click on this video now. Learn how to build wealth from nothing, and let's build big money.